Well, hello and welcome to the Master's Table. You have really picked a good day to tune in today. This is probably one of my favorites.
One of my favorites, too.
Yeah, this is just good old home cooking today.
You asked for Southern comfort food, you getting it today.
Yep. Tell them what we're having.
We're doing some, I'm talking about show enough country style cabbage, sausage. It's even gonna have a few potatoes in it. We're gonna make some cornbread. If the oven, I forgot to cut the oven on, y'all just bear with me a minute, but Tina's gonna mix us up some cornbread and we're gonna get this thing started. But yeah, we got cabbage. This was like a super large head of cabbage. I didn't even put all of it in this bowl. I got some smoked sausage. I got some bell pepper. We got some potatoes. And we got some onions hid over here. Let me go ahead and put them over here. Now, I sure don't want to forget about these red onions. They done burnt my eyes so much. I'm fixing to cook them. So it's fixing to go down right here, Miss Cleveland. We're fixing to come up with some goodness. So
It's gonna be good.
So y'all just hang with us. We're gonna start cutting up some of this sausage. Tina's gonna get ready to mix up this cornbread, and we'll be right back on the Master's Table.
All right, welcome back, welcome back. The first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna make some cornbread. See, I can do something. That's something I know how to do.
Tina, you know how to do everything. You don't. You talk about. She talks about she can't cook. She can cook better than I can. She don't let on like it, but she can cook.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
She's like me. She likes to cook sometimes. Tina just don't like to cook all the time.
Okay.
So,
okay.
ain't that right?
Yeah, I don't like to cook at all. Really.
Yes, she does.
The truth be known, I really don't like to cook, but I do love to cook cornbread. So cornbread, I think everybody knows how to make cornbread. We're just gonna, in case you don't, this is your show today. 2 cups of cornmeal. We've already got it in the bowl. We're gonna, 1 egg.
You need to talk about that egg.
This egg, thank you, Miss Leslie Brady. Our friend Leslie has a bunch of chickens, and we get eggs. She brings eggs to church every Sunday and gives to everybody, like cartons of eggs.
I'm talking about cartons upon cartons upon cartons of eggs.
They're really good. So this is a really fresh egg. So anyway, whisk it before you put it in the mix, and we're gonna pour it in there. And then we're gonna take 1/3 of a cup of oil. And I just tell you, I always put a little bit more because I like it. I don't like it, I like it a little moist. And then I'm gonna mix that up just a little bit. And then we're gonna put 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk. Now you can use sweet milk, but I prefer buttermilk.
I just like it because it's got butter in it, right?
Yeah.
Because butter makes everything what?
Bigger.
Better, Miss Cleveland, better.
Bigger and better. And then all you do, mix it up. Heat your pan up before you put it in the pan. We use iron skillets, so we always warm the skillet up before we put this in there, about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna pour it in and let it cook for about 25 minutes at 450 degrees. So now, this is what I'm talking about, cornbread.
That's showing up cornbread.
That's showing up cornbread.
I got your, it's heating up, it's getting there. I'm gonna let your pan heat up. We may set that to the side.
Okay.
We'll get this started. We're gonna get started on this cabbage because we got somewhere we gotta get. So I'm gonna drop, and I know this is, you saying, well, I thought you cooked in cabbage. That's potatoes, but say we're gonna start with a little layer of potatoes on the bottom. Just a small layer. The recipe calls for 2 or 3 small or just average size potatoes. So I cut up a big one, so I think that's all we're gonna be able to put in there. But while these potatoes are starting to cook a little bit, we got that heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this smoked sausage. Give Miss Tina something to
stir.
Just let those potatoes sit there. Just let it do its thing before you start stirring. Because we're creating a whole lot of flavor right here in a hurry. And what we're gonna do, drop this sausage. This is like what my granny used to make. I hadn't cooked this in a long time. Let me rinse my hand off right quick, Miss Cleveland.
Yeah, cabbage is, just plain cabbage and cornbread is just so good.
Like I say, we cook cabbage. We eat cabbage at home a lot, but I don't cook it this way all the time. So what I got to do today, because we got a whole lot gonna go in here. let me go ahead and drop this. Putting some bell pepper. You think that's enough? Miss Cleveland said that's enough. I ain't putting it all in there. I was gonna put it all, but she said don't.
I ain't crazy about bell pepper.
Now what I want to do, let's season
I'm
it.
not touching it.
No. Let me go ahead and season it a little bit. I know you're not. Miss Cleveland, don't. Y'all don't know how much we laugh. That's Creole. This is our all-purpose seasoning. This is garlic, black pepper, a little bit of salt. There's not very much salt in this. It's got all the main stuff. Got some paprika, got a little bit of it's got a little bit of everything, and a few other secret ingredients. I'm just kidding. It's just plain old stuff. It's just good, and instead of having to have those 4, 5, 6 different bottles, we just got it all in one. So that's got the peppers, the sausage. We got the potatoes cooking on the bottom. Now what I was going to talk about, this is what my granny used to do, because I can't put all that in here right now. But I got a couple of cups of chicken stock right here. And what I'm going to do is start putting some of this in there. And I just want to sweat it down a little bit. I'm not going to cook this. I'm not going to boil this down in this pot. But I just want to sweat it down just enough to where we can be able to get it in our pan here in just a few minutes. This is just an old school granny recipe right here. Like I say, I haven't done this in a long time.
I told Frankie the only thing missing, we should have brought fat back and fried fat back before you then put the cabbage in.
Yep. It's okay though. It's okay. You see that cabbage went flying across. It didn't want to get cooked, did it? I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get all this in this pot. We're gonna get all we can in there.
Can I stir?
Let it go just another. We're gonna let those potatoes cook a little bit more before you flip that.
We were talking about how cabbage, a lot of people won't cook cabbage because it makes your house smell, but you can cook it outside. And Frankie takes the big boiler and cooks it outside on the gas burner. Yeah. So you can do it that way.
I'm not gonna put it. This was like a super-sized red onion. I mean, this thing was. Look at how much onion that is. That was one onion. Tina, you don't want all that.
No.
I won't. No, because you would never kiss me if I ate all this onion. So I'm gonna put this. What do you think about
I think that's
right there. Okay. You can go ahead and start stirring it a little bit now.
Ooh, I smell that sausage.
Yep. Bring that down to just about a medium. Yeah. We got it going good now. We just want to. We're gonna call this just our base for our cabbage. Now,
see, that sausage is almost burnt. That's when it's good.
Yeah, well, that's flavor. That's nothing but flavor. I was gonna get me one more. Get this big spoon out of here. That cabbage.
We've said this before. If you're really want to try to be healthy, use turkey sausage.
Yeah, you could use turkey. Yeah, that's beef. That's beef sausage.
I mean, because actually none of this is fattening except the grease in there. There's vegetables.
Turn that eye on up for me. I want to go ahead and get this going. Get this sweated down just a little bit. That oven ought to be getting close and get ready to put your cornbread in there in a minute.
282.
We just want to let it preheat. Like I say, this will come up. I just want to, like I said, I'm not going to try to cook this in this pot. I just want to, if I can get it just to sweat down a little bit so we can start adding it in that pot. And it won't take it long.
You probably put a top on that and it'll
it's okay.
Real quick.
It's going to do it. You got it up on high now. You just, I mean, I could, yeah, you hear it's boiling. Yeah, it's boiling. That's on the power boil right there. Yeah.
Frankie always accuses me when I do cook of cooking things too long, like green beans, cabbage.
It's very easy.
I don't like crunchy vegetables.
But it's very easy.
Cook them. I like them soft.
Like I say, we may need that's just fresh black pepper. Put that to your taste. I know there's a certain amount on the recipe. I think it calls for like a teaspoon of black pepper, but just measure with your heart. It's according to what you like. This Cleveland, I like it's coming together pretty good right there. See, this is starting to boil, so see, we'll be able to mash this on down. We'll be able to get this in that pot in a minute. It's starting to shrink. It's starting to shrink, unlike me.
Yeah, you're not doing very well with that.
What's that mean?
I told him.
It's just more of me to love, right?
I said we need to get healthy. We need to get healthier. We need to eat better.
No, this is what she says. This is what she tells me. She don't tell me we need to eat healthy or nothing. She looks at me. We laying in the bed, getting ready to go to sleep. She'll look at me. She said, "We need to go on a diet." And I know what she means. She's meaning you.
We do. Both of us.
The more I eat, the bigger I get. Just more of me to love, Miss Cleo.
No.
It's just more of me. Everything we cook is not healthy, but we do cook some healthy stuff. And you can make these healthy. You could cook this cabbage and not put all that that sausage in that.
You know what I have to say about that?
And y'all didn't even see how we started. You know, a couple of episodes ago, we started out cooking bacon.
Yep.
And look, we had it done. We got the bacon done before y'all ever even saw it.
Yep.
So that was our base. That bacon grease is the base. That's the oil that was in the pot when we started adding everything else. So,
well.
So here we are. We're talking about eating healthy.
Well, look, this is the thing. While we're here on this earth, we're supposed to take care of our body and, you know, try to do the best we can. But nobody's going anywhere until the good Lord tells us it's time to come home.
That's right.
So, you know, that don't. You got to do the best you can while you're here, but that don't mean that you can't enjoy good food. That don't mean that you can't eat a little bad sometimes, because... Granny
used to always tell me, she said, it ain't one meal that gets you, it's eating it every day. So,
yeah.
And that's probably my problem. I like it too much. I eat too much of it. All right, it calls for 3 cloves of minced garlic, or you could use garlic paste if you wanted to, if you like the paste. I like to use the paste sometimes, but I ain't been able to find it in the store lately. I don't know what's going on with that. I couldn't find it. We'll put one more in there.
Smelling good.
Some of that come out. We're going to go ahead and... There's your last... Knock that off right there for me, Miss Cleveland. Thank you. Thank you much.
Yep.
That enough?
Yep.
There's that little piece that fell out. So, we'll just let that cook just for another second, get that fragrant, and then we're going to see this is shrinking on down, so this is getting where we're going to be able to put this in there in a minute. You're going to really have something to stir in a minute. This good old fried cabbage is what this is going to be. We're just going to let it sweat just another minute, and we're going to be ready to pop it in there. And I think your oven is just about, that's just about ready for this cornbread. So when I get this dumped and you start mixing this, I'll go ahead and pull that pan. You know, and then that pan, we got a cast iron pan, we're cooking this cornbread in there, and I put just I don't know, probably a few tablespoons of oil in the bottom just to coat it good, so that it don't stick. That's the key to that cast iron. When you baking, especially cornbread and stuff, you got to oil it up good.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, cast iron is the way to go if you can. It really makes a difference.
Well,
in the way food tastes.
The heat distribution in it is good too. That's what I like about it so much. And there's good. I know there's all kind of good pans and pots and stuff out there, but it's that's always my old go-to. I always go back. I love these Dutch ovens. This is just an enamel coated cast iron. I love these, and I love those cast iron skillets. As a matter of fact, I went and bought this one's a new one. I went and bought this one because it is so big. I knew it was going to put so much in it, so I needed a reason to get it. And there it is, Miss Cleveland. All right, we're going to start giving you some of this. Like I said, all I done.
Now, what was that liquid in there?
That's just chicken broth.
Okay.
And that's a good tip. I tell you, anytime you're cooking anything, use some chicken broth. If you're cooking something that's a beef base, use the beef broth. Yeah, you can go ahead and cut that one off. And it just you're already starting to build flavor in the very beginning. When you do that, just don't do too good getting it out though. But
you need that silver spoon.
Yeah, I need let me get something a little better I can dip with. I got one right here somewhere. There it is. It's ready. It's ready. I got one over here in this drawer. Let me grab this one. Got something. That's what I needed right there. It is heated up. It is telling you it's ready, Miss Cleveland.
Is there one in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it out in just. I'm gonna go ahead and get this in there for you, so you can let this right here be cooking. That's a big. That's the reason why we needed that
cabbage didn't look that big.
And I almost didn't get no cabbage when I went by the grocery store. They didn't have much left. There's a benefit to going late. There's not many people there, but everybody else has done been there. There ain't a whole lot left sometimes. So, but I'm thankful. That we was able to find what we was looking for. And like I said, this was like a huge. This was a huge cabbage. Okay, so that's got that, Miss Cleveland. I'll get this over here out of your way. While you're working on that, I'll bring that I'm not going to use these potatoes, so I'm going to set them right here. Put them in that bowl right there. I'll set that pan because it's going to be hot. I'm going to set it up here and get ready to talk about your cornbread.
If you really want to go Southern, put some cracklings in the cornbread.
I was going to get some of them too, and I couldn't find them. Now, like I say, let this pan preheat. And like I said, I know y'all know how to make cornbread, but let that pan preheat with your oven as this warming up. When it gets warm, this right here gonna be warm. And then you just.
I know some of our friends that are watching. They going, they gonna be saying, "I want that recipe."
There's that sizzle. That's what you want to hear, is that sizzle. When you dump that, when you do that, there ain't nothing gonna stick to nothing.
David and Barbara and Lewis and Linda and Bonnie and Dennis and Miss Joyce and Miss Barbara Daniel. Here you go.
That's about 20 minutes on 400. Some of the recipes call for 425, but we generally go about 400, about 20 minutes, and it's gonna be good and brown. I think we got a light. Where's that light? There it is. That way we can keep an eye on it. But like I say, it's gonna about 20 minutes. We'll see where it's at. We'll get it out before we get off air. We'll let you see what it's gonna be looking like, Miss Cleveland. What you think about that?
I think we can eat it right now.
Yeah. All right, just let it simmer right there just for a minute, and we'll I don't know if I might give it just one more little sprinkle. We didn't put a whole lot. You know, I can't cook anything without putting some Creole on it. We're gonna hit this a little bit more. Like I said, this is
I feel like I can stir it better with this.
This is just garlic, black pepper, a little bit of just all purpose. It keeps you from having to dump a whole lot of stuff in there. But this comes together quick too. This is simple. This is a good weeknight. This right here refrigerates well too. You can pop this out and put it in the microwave, and it's good too the next day. But I love cabbage, and this right here is a level up, what we'd call it. It's got some potatoes in it. It's got some sausage, and it's getting ready to have some bacon in it. The bacon was already done, so I was just gonna let that. I'll wipe this off, rinse this off. Had those vegetables on there. I'll rinse this off, and I'm gonna break up that bacon. Miss Cleveland, look like you done about done that today.
What?
That cabbage.
Oh yeah.
And as far as cooking time, it all depends. I can't really give you a number because it all depends on how done you like. Some people like to cook this cabbage. I mean, just cook it completely all the way down.
Cook it all the way down.
Yeah, till it's. I don't like mine real mushy. I don't like it mushy. Some people like it real soft, but I don't like it that soft. I like mine with just in between crunchy and with a little texture, but done. But that's a whole lot of goodness going on in there. And I got that Creole in my nose. I'm about to sneeze now. Every time we do that, one of us talks about sneezing. That's funny.
Just stay away from over here.
That's all right. They say if you ain't sneezing, you ain't seasoning.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if I had to sneeze or not.
We'll make up your mind.
I don't know. My mind can't be made up right now about that. Cook it just look good.
I say, Miss Joyce, if you're watching, I hope you're feeling better. Yep. We've been keeping up with you.
Yep. David Scrap keeps us informed about everybody, don't he?
Yeah.
See this right here. This right here is what's going to do it. We're going to sprinkle you a little. Just give you something else to stir. Pot stir. Bacon. Everything better with bacon. What you think, Miss Cleveland? Looking all right to you?
Smells good, looks good.
You know what? It smells good, it looks good. It is good.
It is good.
Oh, I wasn't even. I guess I could have. If I had time, I would have. That little bit of cabbage that was left, I could have left that pot hot and could have sweated it down and dumped that in there. But that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a big pan of cabbage and sausage. That was a pound of beef sausage. That was probably it should have probably been a full pack of bacon, but I had took some out, a few strips before, so that was probably 3/4 of a pack of bacon that I put in there. You know, and of course the seasonings, the onions, the bell pepper. That's just a little bit of level up here and there that just makes it.
We might need to do this for a Sunday church dinner.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. You could make up a whole lot of it quick and easy. That's one thing we do every Sunday at church. We eat, don't we?
Yeah.
I tell them, I said, you come to our church, you get two meals. You get a spiritual meal, and then you get your belly full. So.
And I'm just gonna tell you, the last 2 Sundays, it's
We've had
been
some great services, haven't we?
off the chain. Yep.
Been really good.
Yep.
God really showed up and helped us.
Like it.
Miss
God
Cleveland,
is good.
your cornbread is it's coming along. It's been in there for a few minutes. It's starting to swell up. You know, after I dot you, that's why.
He scares me.
Yeah, you better be.
Can y'all
be
tell?
afraid. Be very afraid, Miss Cleveland. That's it's really good. I think I need to get me a fork, and I think I got to try it out, test it, make sure. Don't need no more seasoning.
I'm gonna cut it on down. Can I cut it on down?
I don't know. I'd let it.
I mean, it's kind of.
Yeah, just put it on just bring it on down to a low. But I do want to. I want to test it out a little bit, just for the fact. Just put me just a little. I just want just a little bit of the. I just want to, just to see if it needs to be seasoned anymore. We're gonna go ahead and get a little taste test, see if it's a fork drop or not. Now I just want to like I said, this is one of those things that you got to cook it down. It's according to how long it cooks. It could change the way it tastes, and so.
But it does cook way down.
Yeah, it can cook way down, and like I said, you got to test it for what you like, because some people like it real hot, and some people don't like it that hot. I'm just thinking, it needs some more.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
I mean, it really does. It needs some more. I didn't want to overpower it.
But then again, you can, if you're doing this for a dinner or something, you can just cook it and then sit the seasoning to the side and let people do their own. See, that's what we do now. We don't put a lot of salt and pepper in anything because we let people put their own on there, because a lot of people, everybody don't like the same thing. So.
But it needed that.
We're fixing to go to a break.
It needed that.
He said it needed it, so.
Okay, we're gonna check this cornbread, and we're gonna find out about this cabbage here, and then we'll let Miss Tina taste it. Come right back.
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Look how good this looks. Let me give you the tip of the day before I just bypass all that and start eating. Okay, if you've got a dessert like a cheesecake, the frozen desserts that you get, how many times have you tried to cut it and it just sticks to the knife, and then you end up just dipping a spoon in it? Y'all may already know this, but it does work. I did it. Run your knife under hot water and then dry it off, and then cut your cheesecake or your frozen desserts. It will not stick. So that's your tip of the day.
That's a good one. That is a good tip of the day.
That's a good one, because I love cheesecake.
I'm going to tell you another good tip of the day.
Is that stuff
right there? You need to get some of that right there. Let me get you a fork. So you got to try this, Miss Cleveland.
If anybody out there watching, if y'all try any of these recipes and you like it or whatever.
Tell us what you think about it.
Let us know. And if you got a recipe you want us to do.
We would love to cook your recipe on air. All you got to do is reach out to us and let us know. You want a piece of this cornbread to go with it?
No, not yet. You see how thin that cornbread is? Frankie likes his thin. I like mine thick.
I like it thin and crispy. Look at there.
And it all depends on what you cook it in as to if it's thin or thick.
I can't tell what I'm cutting it right there. What you think, Miss Cleveland?
pretty good.
It ain't too hot, is it? So that's real. I was told you that it needed a little bit more of that Creole.
I mean,
in
it's
there.
got a little kick to it,
I mean,
but it
it's
ain't
got,
too
but
hot.
you can taste it. That's what I'm saying, that flavor. And we started with the bacon. We started with the bacon and the bacon grease, and then we just kept on stepping up the flavors. We put that sausage in there. We add those onions and peppers, and we just kept building. Dump that Creole in there, and there it is. That's a good tip too. Remember to sweat that cabbage down a little bit. Set it on the side. That way you can get it all in your pot.
All right, well, we got to roll.
We got to get out here. Got to get out.
Join us next week for the Master's Table. And until then, God bless you. God is good. We love you. Amen.
All the time he's good.